Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
Welcome to this session on three-layered framework for OSN security. This is Anu Disney, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology. So let's now see about the three-layered framework for OSN security. There are three aspects upon which we'll analyze the security architecture. The three aspects are the legal aspect, technical aspect, and social aspect. Now, what is legal aspect? The legal aspect focuses on the laws and policies that governs or that helps an individual to protect themselves from other individuals, organizations, or governments. The most important or the most popular one is European Data Protection Framework that promotes informational self-determination. And the next aspect is the technical aspect. The technical aspect translates the legal aspect or those regulations into technical specifications. The platform for privacy preference project is the best example for the technical aspect. The technical aspect includes cryptographic and steganographic concepts. And the next aspect is the social aspect. The social aspect concentrates on managing social relationships or the boundaries between the private and the public life of the individuals. Privacy is the primary concern in the case of social aspect. And there are two different research directions in the case of OSN security architecture. The first research direction is OSN service provider, and the next one is OSN user. So this is the three-layered framework which states the classification of OSN privacy research. The research area is OSN privacy, which in turn has two different research directions, OSN user and OSN service provider. So these research directions are in turn characterized by various privacy characteristics such as audience segregation, data transience, data sovereignty, privacy awareness, transparency, enforcement, and protection against profiling. So what is OSN service provider? The main objectives of OSN service provider are to legally bind service providers to comply with the current legislation. And the next objective is to increase the trust of the end users upon these service providers. The third objective is to provide some technical safeguards. It may use some steganographic and or cryptographic means. The next research direction is OSN user. The OSN user aims to recreate different social contexts of the real world. So these are the characteristics that are used to analyze social web privacy. The first one is data sovereignty, next data transience, protection against profiling, audience segregation, privacy awareness, transparency, and enforcement. So now let us see one by one. So what is data sovereignty? Data sovereignty is the extent to which an individual is able to control the flow of the personal data, that is, his informational self-determination. The next one is data transience. So what is data transience? Data transience relates to the loss of personal information across the internet. That is, since the beginning of the time, the remembering has been a fault and losing of data has been the actual context. But with the advent of the information technology, remembrance has been the actual thing, and losing the data has been a very great fault. So next is protection against profiling. So in this case, users may have different profiles at different social networking. So protection against profiling subsumes an individual's ability to prevent an adversary from collecting, aggregating, and linking personal data in order to create a digital doiser. That is, they create a fake account on our name. So this is a threat to us when we have our personal data like our phone numbers or login details associated with our profile. The next one is audience segregation. The audience or users in the social media may have different roles for different peoples. So it is the need of the hour to segregate the audiences for each role in a way that people or audience from one group cannot witness the role that we play for another set of audience. So in this case, we can say a very good example of friends in the case of a Facebook. We segregate like friends and friends of friends in the Facebook, and we have options so that we can make a particular post visible to the friends, whereas we can hide it from the friends of friends. So this process is called as audience segregation. And next one is privacy awareness. Privacy awareness encompasses the attention, perception, and cognition of the personal information others have received and how this information is or may be processed. Privacy awareness is a very important prerequisite for the privacy of online social network users. And next one is transparency. Transparency implies the ability of the individual to understand where their actual data has been shared. That is, the users should know how and where to or to what extent their data has been shared. So next one is enforcement. Enforcement is an individual's ability to bring his privacy preferences into force. So now we are clear about what the three-layered framework is, and we are clear about the research directions and the characteristics that we are using to analyze the privacy. Thank you for watching.